What?
What?
What the hell is this?
Harumph. I didn't get a harumph out of that guy.
Give the governor harumph.
Harumph!
You watch your ass.
I see you shiver with anticipation.
Let the show begin.
Hey everybody, this is David Heretic coming at you with another edition of Reactions, Reviews, and Rants. And tonight, alright, coming back to Volbeat. Yes, indeed, Volbeat Fans FEELIN YOU. Come on now. Here we go. Before we go any further, for those of you who are feeling inclined to doing all of the clicks and the likes and the bibbity-bobbity bop, do me a favor before you do all that stuff. Please watch the whole video first, okay? Give me a chance to actually earn those clicks and likes. Now, after the video's done, if you still feel like doing all those clicks and likes, then by all means, feel free to click away. This comes as a request from AB5, and AB5 wanted to see me react to this song by Volbeat called Becoming. Now, have I heard this song before? No, I have not. To the best of my knowledge, this does not resonate with me in any way, shape, or form. However, there's always a possibility I may have heard the song in passing and I just don't realize it. So as always, if I start listening to the song and I suddenly go, wait a second, I recognize this song, I'll let you know.
That's the truth.
You know me, I'm going to be honest with you guys. Let's see, this was posted by Volbeat. No surprise there. And the video has 698,000 views. It'll get you there. Other than that, there's really nothing else left to say. Link to the original video will be down below in the video description for your viewing pleasure at your leisure. Let's get started. What do you say? Are you ready? Are you ready? Because here we go. All right, here we go. Becoming. That's all I got. It does say Volbeat up here. I've seen this artwork before, so I know this is Volbeat's artwork. Hope we're in the right spot. Look, this is the link AB5 gave me, all right? So if we're not in the right spot, don't blame me. Blame AB5. But AB5 hasn't led me astray yet, so I think we can trust him.
You fool!
All right, let's do this.
All right, boy, let's do this.
Okay, not playing around. Nice. I like that. I like the movement in the chordal progression. Going into what I believe is the chorus, up to the C, up to the D. So you got the got the 6 to the 7, up to the minor third, back to the 6, and then from the 6 to the 7 to the third again, down to the 6, and then from the 6 we go down to the 5, and there's your resolution: 5, 5, 4, 3, root. I like it. I like it. Feels good, goes smooth, and it resolves back to the root again in a very smart, powerful, strong way. I like it. They didn't just go, you know, C up to the D. They didn't go 6 to the 7 to the root. You know, I mean, that's easy to do, sure. Super easy to do. Would it work? Absolutely it would work. But I think this was a lot more effective. Going from that 6 down to the 5. And then 5, 4, 3, root. I like it. I like that a lot. That is, without question, the hook. The intro. I know everyone's wondering what I think about that intro. You know, it doesn't sound anything like the main song. You know, once the song actually kicked in, the intro became pretty much an afterthought. You're right. It did. I'm kind of curious to know what's up with that intro myself. I have my suspicions. I have a feeling when we get towards the end of the song, we're going to kick back into the same groove and the same speed that we had as the intro. Something just tells me that's going to happen. It's happened multiple times before with Volbeat, where they'll just boomerang around. You know, I don't know. If it doesn't happen, I don't know how I'm going to feel about it. If I'm being honest, I'm going to kind of question it at that point and go, what was the point? If you're going to do that intro, but here comes the main groove of the song that has nothing to do with the intro. Then what was the point? That might be a point of contention. We'll see. We'll see how this plays out. Let's get back into this, shall we? Okay, guitar solo. Okay, let's see if I'm right about it. Are they going to go back? They are! I called it! Okay, now the intro makes sense. A little guitar fall off at the end. Cute. All right, the intro makes sense. We end. I said this. I said this. If they come back to the intro at the ending, then the intro makes perfect sense because we have that finish how you start or begin with the end in mind. You know, take a look at it however you want, but we had them both at the beginning and at the end, so it makes perfect sense. You got that sandwich in there. If they had not done the ending the way they did, like the intro, yeah, that would have been a serious point of contention with me. It absolutely would have. But because it did it, It makes sense. Makes perfect sense. Let me get my thoughts together. I'll see you in the review, and we'll talk about it. Well, there you go, folks. That was Volbeat with Becoming. This was a request from AB5. Okay, not a lot to talk about that I didn't talk about during the course of the reaction, so this is probably going to be a pretty short review. Let's get to it. Let's just get to it. On a scale of 1 to 10, I'm going to give that a 7.6. Yep, 7.6. I feel good about that score. Let me tell you why.
Why?
Okay, first things first, a 7.6. What does that mean? Well, a 7.6 would translate to a really good skill rating because overall, I think this was a really good song. It would also get 4 to 5 stars and a B+ letter grade. Yeah, B as in boy, B+ letter grade. So there you go, a 7.6, really good skill rating, 4 to 5 stars, and a B+ letter grade. Now, how did I come up with that score? So glad you asked. I said this all during the reaction, so I'm just going to hit some bullet points, guys. The main riff of the song, once the song kicked in, felt really good. It felt nice. Really established a nice groove for us to follow through the rest of the song, and it was not hard to find. The chorus, that's the hook, without question. Without question. The chordal progression they came up with that sounded really nice, utilizing the minor 6 to the minor 7, up to the minor 3. And then down to the 6 again, jumping all the way back down to the 6. And then the minor 6, the minor 7, up to the 3 again. And then back to the 6. And then resolving, when we're ready to resolve, going right, instead of from the 6, to the 5. Going to the 5, and then 5, 4, minor 3, root. That felt really nice. Very strong. A nice exclamation point. Now, the question was brought up in my mind, why didn't they just go 6 to 7 to root? Wouldn't that have been easier? Since they've already established going to the 6 anyway. 6 up to the 7 to the root. It would have worked. It absolutely would have worked. Yes, and it would have sounded just fine. But it would not have sounded as final as going to the 5, 4, 3, 1. That was a definite stick a pole with a flag in the ground and claim your territory type of deal. There was nothing going to the 6 to the 7 to the 8 would have been casual. It would have gotten the job done, absolutely, but it would not have had that sense of finality. Speaking of finality, that intro, when that intro kicked in, I was like, okay, they're not playing around. We're off and running. And then the intro ended and we went into the main groove of the song. I'm not gonna lie, folks. I felt my stomach drop. I was like, oh no. Oh no. What was the point of that intro then? If we're here now, why did we do the intro? There's gotta be a reason for that. And I was thinking to myself, okay, Volbeat has done this in the past where they'll have an intro that's a little off from, the actual main groove of the song. And at the end of the song, they'll come back to the intro. Let's see if they do that here, because if they do, that makes perfect sense. And wouldn't you know it, we got to the ending and I heard that the 4 hi-hat hits. I'm like, oh, they did it. They did it. They went from the intro to the outro. There it is. Beginning with the end in mind, finishing how you start. However you want to look at it, it all works the same. We had a nice big double time feel speed metal sandwich right there. That was nice. I like that. It works. It absolutely works. Now here's the thing. If that had not happened and we had just that intro, not gonna lie, folks, that would have upset me pretty bad. I would have been like, why bother? Why are you wasting your time doing an intro like that doesn't fit in any way, shape, or form the main part of the song? That makes no sense. None. And I guarantee you, we would not be looking at a 7.6. To be honest with you, I don't even think we'd be up in the 7s. We'd be down in the 6s if that had happened. So I'm glad they did it. I'm really glad they did it. So yeah, 7.6, man. I feel good about that score. That's absolutely the score that this song deserves. So let's wrap everything up here in a nice shiny bow, shall we? We have a 7.6, which is a really good skill rating, 4 to 5 stars, and a B+ letter grade. Take your pick. I don't care whichever one of those folks you vote. Final word, final score, I have spoken. Well, that's going to do it for this edition of Reactions, Reviews, and Rants. Hope you all enjoyed the show. Hope I was able to entertain you. If I was able to put a smile on your face and brighten your day, then I did my job, and I'm so glad I could do it. If you guys feel like joining the fan base, go ahead and click on that button down there. If you guys want to like the video, go ahead and like the video. If you guys want to ring the bell, go ahead and ring the bell. It honestly doesn't make any difference at all to me, but if you guys feel like doing these things, well then by all means, feel free to do so. Well, that's going to do it for the night, folks. Thank you very much for watching, and as always, this is David Heretic signing off, reminding you to stay fabulous and support each other. Later. Peace.